Hi guys, and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. This video is on, this is a hygiene video on why single-use products are unhygienic. So single-use disposable products are unhygienic because there is a common misconception that disposable menstrual products are sterile, possibly because they are bleached white. As always, this is a colour that is associated with cleanliness and hygiene. And because they are filled with plastic, covered in plastic, backed in plastic, come packaged in plastic, and so therefore are considered to be sterilised because they are wrapped up that way. They come perfectly presented to look like they're absolutely hygienic, sterile and clean. This is 100% inaccurate, and you're putting your health at risk by thinking that tampons are perfectly sterile just because they come in a plastic covering. The construction of tampons and pads includes cotton, a pesticide-sprayed crop, but also rayon synthetic fibres that can be left inside your body upon entry and exit, and chlorine-bleached cotton, gels and plastics. So while there is a physical cost to your body, including rashes and infections, and in obviously severe cases TSS, you can also see my videos on that, but also on there's also a severe environmental cost that has a biohazard feedback. I mean, honestly guys, where the hell do you think your tampons and pads are going? As plastic pollution enters our food and water supply and is severely impacting our endocrine health, as in the plastics in our food and water are severely impacting our endocrine health. This is just the plastic. This is not even including the 500 years it takes to biodegrade, the pads and the tampons to biodegrade, and on top of that, the blood. It becomes a massive environmental problem and health problem. While I have no problem with the blood or menstrual blood, I do have an issue with it being on the earth for over 500 years. In the water supply and in the food supply via microplastics. Cloth pads are compostable and can be broken down as you would any other fabric. Consequently, or any other natural fibre product. So consequently, there is no such thing as a sterilised, hygienic, single-use menstrual product. This is usually the most verdant reaction when I tell people I use reusable products. That reusables are gross and that literally and this is literally what I explain to them. The only difference I have possibly found is that Australians are less shocked about the menstrual cup than Americans, and this is that I can only really attribute this because of the use of applicators. So Australians do not use applicators, and practically all tampons come with applicators. Without applicators, sorry, or applicator free. I had not seen an applicator tab on until this year, to be honest. So I've been having my period for 25 years and I've never seen an applicator tampon until this year, and I don't even use tampons anymore. They have never really been available in shops, and Australians, so like every Australian I know would never use an applicator tampon. They only use non-applicator tampons because that's just what's available. And so it's probably only over the last 5 years that I've seen applicator tampons in shops, and this may be due to the amount of American tourists that come here. So I guess Australians are much more able to deal with the menstrual cup, as they are used to digitally inserting and removing tampons. Still, menstrual cups are a learning curve, but less of a mental adjustment. Australians are also used to washing their hands before and after changing tampons because they've always digitally removed and put them in. Tampons always have a before and after removing and putting the tampon, so it's just not necessarily a big deal to be washing your hands before taking out the cup and then after taking out the cup. So it's just less of a, again, mental adjustment. Tampons also have a shelf life. So this means that they can grow bacteria and mould when stored in bathrooms or other moist environments, and should definitely not be left in handbags without the box, as perfume, dust, ink and other contaminants can pierce through the plastic wrapper and contaminate the pad and or tampon, especially with pads, like they can get in quite easily. If you've seen the pad wrappers, they're not sealed very well. And so this would obviously increase the risk of vaginal infections, complications and rashes. So just be aware, guys, that it is not hygienic to use single-use menstrual products unless you are very, very careful with what you're doing. It should possibly be obvious, but they are not sterile just because they're white. Historically, white has done a lot of damage around the world. So be aware, this will too. Thanks for listening, guys. There is my contact details in the box below. You guys know what to do if you guys have been on YouTube enough. Outside of that, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon or evening. Bye, guys.